it's an opportunity to park my truck on the National Mall. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, if you don't do anything else, you're on the National Mall looking at your Congress and your Senate, and you can go up there and talk to them if you want. So you have the right, do it the right way.
What's your reason for coming out here? What does it mean for you?
Have our voices heard about the regulations, the 14-hour, the 11-hour rule with these ELDs. I mean, there's got to be some kind of flexibility. I mean, everybody's racing the clock now. When before we was tired, we could take your break, then wake up, feel refreshed, and take off again. And it's just a headache anymore. I mean, you can't find parking spots. There's no parking. We need. You want to set these regulations to us, but you're not helping the cause. I mean, it's hard to find parking spots anymore.
I think the proposed changes are probably going to be the best chance we get to actually fix the hours of service where they work better for everyone. You know, we need a true split sleeper berth, and it's evident reading through the publication they put out that they actually listened to a bunch of those comments in there. If you look, they actually cited a bunch of those comments in there, which is something previously I felt like we never even really had a relationship with the FMCSA, where it seems like now they're at least actually listening compared to before you didn't feel like you had any say at all.
I don't know. I really pretty much always retired. You know, I wish that we don't have so many regulations. You know. Now they come out with the ELD, pretty much took all I feel my freedom. You know, now I got a computer telling me what to do, and you know, I want to follow the rules. I don't, you know, I want to, you know, be more flexible. You know, but not just the, you know, I want to stop my truck, take a nap, you know, when I want, and not when the computer does.
The driver is responsible for this rig, this truck, his well-being when he's out on the road. He knows what it takes for him to operate safely. You can't take a clock and just say you're going to work within this clock and that's going to make you safer. You can't mandate safety. You have to train safety. And I've said that over and over, and it's true, because you can mandate anything to happen. It doesn't mean the effect that it has is going to come out to be positive in the long run, as we're actually starting to see now with the hours of service we currently have. Now all these guys are racing against this clock versus before they could stop. It's just like DC traffic. You come DC traffic and you're hitting rush hour. If 5,000 trucks could stop before they got here and take a break for 3 hours and let traffic die down before they come through town, it would be safer for the general public and for the drivers as well if they come through at night or in the evening after all the traffic has died down. Not only that, it creates less congestion on the roadways during the peak hours.
I grew up, my dad was a trucker and he was an owner-operator. Whenever I was real young, he was hauling livestock over in the Midwest, just off the farm basically into the packing houses. But back, I guess it was along about 74, 73, 74, he bought a couple of reefer trailers then. And at that time I was around 13 years old. I grew up riding around with him. I've been involved in it most all my life. Well, I got a lot of friends that we are, you know, concerned about a lot of the government overreach and the rules and regulations in trucking, and we just come out just to try to raise the awareness of what's going on, and that's about it, really. I mean, that and a little break.
Then you got new drivers coming out here. They're doing these virtual classes, there's got to be something done about that. They got to have more regulations on training. I mean, you just can't send a guy to school for 6 weeks and get him in a truck and he's free to go to work. I mean, it takes experience. I was in a truck I drove with my grandpa. I drove with friends, and it's just an experience you got to have.
Like right now, there's talk about moving the required $1 million liability policy insurance to 4.8.
Right.
Which right now, my $1 million policy is so expensive,
Yeah.
I can hardly afford that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine $4.8 million what that would cost. I mean, because right now I feel like what I'm paying for $1 million ought to provide 4.8 million.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot of money.
Right.
I do it more for the new generation, the new guys. I'm pretty much, done what I can, and but I wish everybody, all the new guys, be to own their own truck and their little business. But the way I look at it is, I don't know, probably another 5 years, we have to work for big corporation, or probably not me, but
Right.
but I like trucking's been good to me. I love trucking, and I still like it, but you just have your little business. I don't ask for too much, and I expect the new guys. I see a little kids in here. I love trucking. Probably they will drive truck. Probably not. There's a little kid in here. He was so excited. Up and down my truck, and I wish he, he decided to be a trucker. He got his own opportunity. I have, but it's not gonna. To me, I don't know. I'm probably wrong. It's not gonna happen. I can't, Just like I say, they put an electronic book. It's like it took my last freedom from my.
Well, our hope is to really gain some interest in it. I mean, try to get unity amongst our kind, because that's what needs to happen. Is we need to unify and make a stand before these lawmakers and these people that are trying to regulate everything that we do. Without that, we're just spinning our wheels, but we hope to gain unity